Hello, scientists. Thanks for tuning in. This video is about ethics. So, what is ethics? Ethics is a clear sense of right and wrong, or good and bad. A more complicated way to define it is the moral principles or rules that govern or decide a person's behavior or the performing of an activity. Simply put, ethics is what could make someone a good or bad person based on the things that they do that are considered right or wrong. Unethical behaviors are those that harm others. They are usually decisions that are selfish or careless, meaning the person doing it isn't being careful to avoid hurting others. These wrong actions that people make can get them in trouble or even put them in jail. Let's go over some specific examples of ethical issues, things that we can consider right and wrong. The right thing to do is to treat everyone with kindness and respect. The wrong thing to do is to be mean, beat people up, or harm them in other ways. It is morally wrong to hurt people on purpose. Another right thing to do is to pay for things at a store or restaurant when you want things. The wrong thing to do is to steal or shoplift items that you want. You need to pay for things that you want. It is morally wrong to steal. Another right thing to do is to tell the truth. And the wrong thing to do is to lie. At least most of the time we can say that this is right and wrong. Another right thing to do is to obey your parents when they tell you to do something or not to do something. And the wrong thing to do is to disobey your parents. Another right thing to do is to prepare for tests in school and try your best on them. The wrong thing to do is to cheat on those tests by looking up information when you aren't supposed to. By doing the right thing, you are using ethics. Do right things and avoid doing wrong things. We've talked about what ethics is, and I also want to cover what it is not so that there is no confusion. Ethics is not about doing something correctly or incorrectly. This is not what we mean by right and wrong. For example, this image shows a young boy wearing a helmet. You can see that there are a lot of wrong ways to wear a helmet, but only one right way. The wrong ways won't allow his head to be properly protected if he falls. So he should wear it the right way so that he doesn't hurt his head. But this is not an issue of ethics. Just because he's wearing his helmet correctly or incorrectly doesn't mean he's using ethics or not using ethics. Remember, ethics is about the right and wrong in a way that treats people well and keeps you out of trouble. Acting without ethics means that you're purposefully making a decision that could hurt others. If this boy puts his helmet on incorrectly, he's probably not doing it wrong on purpose. He just needs help. His wearing his helmet incorrectly isn't hurting anyone else. It's not morally wrong, it's just incorrect. But how does ethics apply to science? When scientists conduct experiments and act on the results, they have to think about right and wrong too. If a scientist does not use ethics, they could hurt people or hurt the environment. Let's say a scientist makes a new drug to treat a disease. She tests the drug to find out the risks and side effects if people took the drug. An example of the scientist using ethics is when she puts a warning label on the packaging, letting people know what the risks and side effects are. The scientist is using ethics because she's doing the right thing and letting consumers know what could happen from using the drug. The scientist would not be using ethics if she did not put a warning label on the drug or didn't include the biggest risks and side effects on the packaging, like death. It's wrong to leave off this important information. That would be unethical because it could hurt a lot of people. Another example of scientists using ethics would be being honest and truthful when sharing their results and their findings from experiments. Let's say some scientists did an experiment, but they got some weird results that they weren't expecting. These results may have even confused or frustrated them. The scientists could lie and leave out those weird results when sharing with others, but this would be wrong. It is important for scientists to always be honest and always share all of their results, not just the results that they like or the ones that support their ideas. Another example of scientists not using ethics is animal testing. When scientists test products on animals, the animals are often hurt or killed in the process, which is inhumane or cruel. A large amount of waste is also often produced during this process of testing, and it is often dangerous and terrible to release this waste into the environment. Animal testing is usually considered an unethical decision. Instead, scientists should use ethics and think about the harm that their experiment could cause to living things and the environment before they conduct the experiment. When they stop to think, they could come up with solutions for impacting the environment in a more positive way. If scientists consider the environmental impacts of an experiment before conducting it, they are using ethics.